afternoon. It's time for the Q&A. These glasses make it weird to see my eyes, don't they? Because they don't have that anti-glare. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm waiting for my Uber to go to the theater, but I'm going to answer some questions today, and that's going to be fun. So I'm sporting this extra nice braid today because it's Orchestra Tech Day and we're wearing wigs all week, so there really is no need to do the hair. The first question is from Allie B. It says, I'm moving into my first real apartment in Boston come September. Congratulations, girl! Any organization in general, first time apartment tips? Oh my gosh, if you can, get a hold of the floor plans for the apartment if you can. Oftentimes you can if it's not like an apartment rented by a big company, but if it is, see if you can get hold of the floor plans so that way you can sort of plan out everything. If you can't, just see if you can remember in your mind how the rooms were laid out and everything, and get yourself if you really want to be like on top of it, get yourself a nice interior design program. The one I recommend is either there's one called Interior Design, there's one called Tap Glance. I think Tap Glance you have to pay for, but Interior Design is free. I think you can use it. I will link it down below for you. You can plan out where everything goes. You can like measure all your furniture, things that are going in there. You can plan out where everything goes, what it'll look like. It's the best. So go ahead and do that, and I'm very excited for you moving to Boston. It's a great town. You'll have a lot of fun living here. 4.3 Hall asks, Q&A, what are your suggestions on decluttering a desktop that has 5 items? Well, if it has 5 items, it really depends on what those 5 items are. There could be a lamp, a pencil cup, a computer, a mouse pad, and a tablet, or it could be 5 pencils, or it could be a toilet paper roll and a cell phone holder and whatever. My main advice is to ask yourself, what are the items that I'm touching on the regular day basis? Like if you go and you work at the desk, what are the items that you're always touching? Those should stay out. Everything else, gone. Made it, and it's a makeup day, so we've got my little makeup thing here. And you know what I got from the Symphony Market thingy thing? I got some cup noodles. I know these are so bad for you. They have so much sodium, but it's snowing today and it's April 2nd, so I need a little bit of comfort food. So later at the break, maybe I'll bust open my cup noodles. There's a little hot water machine in the theater, like upstairs, so I'm very excited about that. Let's go to the next question. Again, by 4.3 Hall asks, if your friend or a client had a room that was functional and organized, but that still felt off, how would you proceed? It depends on who it felt off for. If it felt off for the client, then I need to ask the client more questions. What is bothering you? What do you feel are your goals for this space, and how do you feel this space does not meet your goals, etc., etc., etc. If it feels off to me, then it's probably just my problem. Again, because clutter is in the eye of the beholder, and it is my job to serve the client. If the client is not bothered by what's going on in the space, that is really none of my business, and I have done my job and I can now go away. If the client is still having some problems and is still not really at their goal for the space, that's where I come in and offer some more support. It's my job to serve them, not my job to serve me. The spaces that are cluttered to me may be totally clean to someone else, and vice versa. So I really have to work to serve the client. So if the client is still bothered by the space, that's when I go into my questioning, my sort of trying to figure out exactly what's going on and how we can make the situation better. If it's just me that's bothered by it, I just go home and I have a cocktail and forget about it. Who else really likes to wear pigtails? I really like wearing them, even though I'm a bit old to be wearing them. But is there a certain age where a hairstyle gets to be non-appropriate? I love my little pigtails. I love braiding it. Plus, I just don't have to, it makes it so that I don't have to do anything with the hair. I love it so much. Do you know of places to buy multifunctional furniture that is good quality but is for people with a small budget? Really, ultimately, IKEA. IKEA has some of the best quality things for the lowest prices. However, you have to go to the store and touch the things first. Some of the things are amazing quality for the price, and some of the things are quality you would expect for the price. So I recommend before you buy anything from IKEA, to actually go to an IKEA, touch it, play around with it, see if it's flimsy. Some things are flimsy and some things are really well made. And again, take in consideration that you have to actually put it together. The other option is Craigslist. Craigslist is great for finding furniture. Also an app like Letgo, FreeCycle. Those places are good for finding things that are like gently used, that just might not be functioning for that person anymore. They're great quality, but you can grab them for either like really low cost or even for free sometimes. So I would definitely, you know what, any thrift store actually, if you are feeling creative enough, go to the thrift store, go to a Goodwill, go to a Salvation Army, check it out. Those places have some real steals. I have seen some beautiful things in those places. If you're willing to put a little bit of work into restoring some of those pieces or maybe repainting them, you can get some killer deals from thrift stores. So I vote for IKEA, thrift stores, apps like Letgo, FreeCycle, things like that. Always secondhand or IKEA. That's basically what I recommend. I'm about to put a wig on and like, well, I'm not going to put a wig on. They're going to put a wig on me in like 15 minutes. So part of me thinks I should just go ahead and put my costume on because I don't want to have to lift this over my head. So, but I guess I want to ask about the makeup. Should I put on makeup first? There's no time for that. These are opera singer problems. All right, I'm in my costume. Now all I have to do is add a wig. I can make that happen. There, that's better. How do I feel about her? She's serving you some real, like 13th century, 100 years war of realness. Okay, this is turning into like a get ready with me because I'm doing my makeup. How about that? It's a beauty channel now. Next question. Pat Murphy asks, I wanted to know if Clover was going to get a sibling. You know, that is something that I have considered. However, I don't know when that's going to happen. I feel like it might happen, but probably not anytime soon. One dog is a lot of my attention and a lot of my like love and stuff. And I remember when I had cats, and having 2 cats was like amazing and so fulfilling and so fun to watch them interact and play. However, that is twice the vet bills and twice the poop if you must know, twice the poop. So I don't know when that's going to happen. Probably when my husband and I move to a bigger place, because right now the 3 of us, it's like just enough space for all of us to kind of exist and not have it to be too crazy. So I think when we move to a bigger place. Next question is, if I could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? That is easy. I have been to a bunch of places in the world, but I have not yet been to Asia, and specifically I want to go to Japan because I think the culture there is so different that it would be quite the culture shock. And I heard that Tokyo is just amazing. Like, it's so much stimuli, and plus I love anime. I'm like a not so secret otaku. I love video games, I love anime, I love it all. So I think I would really go and appreciate the culture there, and plus it's just so beautiful there. Japan just seems like a really fun place to go. Kat Murphy asks, how do you manage your time? Do you have any special morning or bedtime routines? What do you do to maintain your health and fitness? How do I manage my time? I actually use Google Calendar about 100% of the time. I am very addicted to it. If I feel like I have a lot of things to accomplish that day, I'll simply allot time for those things and schedule them into my calendar. That way I get a notification and I can also see it on my phone. So it's like, oh, you have to like send email to client, do it at this time. And also Waze, the navigation app, the GPS app, is also attached to my calendar. So if I have to go to a client, I get alerted when I have to leave to be 10 minutes early. So that is a good tip if you don't use Waze or something like that. Waze is really great. But I don't have any special bedtime or morning or evening routines specifically. It really depends on what I'm doing the next morning or the previous day, I guess. So the only thing that we really do special is we have a special evening routine with the dog in which we play with him, we cuddle with him, and take him out to pee and put him to bed on the bed, because we've stopped crating him recently. Now he sleeps with us in the bed. I didn't think that was going to be a thing, but it is now a thing. And you know what? Don't regret it. I love a little snuggle muffin in the bed. He's great. But I do take the time to take care of my skin every evening. I don't go to bed with makeup on. I don't go to bed without brushing my teeth. It's just a thing. I make sure I take care of myself before bed, and that way I wake up and I feel nice and clean.
Chat. So we have a few people. I see this in the chat. Heidi, let me take your questions.
As far as maintaining my health and fitness goes, try to eat healthy, and organizing people's spaces pretty much keeps me healthy, keeps me fit, and also walking the dog keeps me fit, and running around with him pretty much keeps me fit. I don't go to the gym pretty regularly. I should get back there to do some more strength work, but actually just working with clients, moving around boxes and doing stuff like that pretty much keeps me fit. And this stuff too, I'm running around stage acting like an idiot. This is costume number 2, by the way. Can we appreciate the fabulousness? I go from schlubby to like party. I even got bling in my wig. Here's a question from Jackie Marquez. How do you handle feeling overwhelmed with projects, work, or just too much to do in one day? Occasionally I do feel overwhelmed, but usually I have everything so perfectly scheduled out that I am able to get it all done. And I have learned from experience not to schedule too many things in one day. You will learn your limit of like things you can do during the day. Like I think like 3 events, and I'm talking about events in which you have to like get ready, get there, travel, go there, do the thing, and then go back home or do whatever, is pretty much my limit. Like I will see 3 clients in a day, and that is my limit of things that I can do that day and not feel overwhelmed by it. So I usually set a limit of like, you know, I can do these like 3 tasks, and then I can go these 3 places, and that's about it. So you'll find your limit of things you can do per day. It varies per person. Some people are like real go-getters and they can do it all, and some people just need a limit of things that you can do yourself. As long as you know your limit, you can get it all done. You just have to allot the time for it. Do you know what I mean? Life with Mrs. Clark asks, do your AirPods ever fall out? Answer is no.
Can I see your beautiful hair? Oh,
yeah. Does it look fabulous?
So fabulous.
All right.
Love it.
Costume lady. The AirPods don't ever fall out. They're pretty amazing. Like maybe if I were to like, if I was wearing them and I took my shirt off to like change my laundry, maybe they might bump against it and fall out. But other than that, they stay in. They're really well designed. So if you're thinking about AirPods, whoo, they are $160, but it's been worth it. It's been worth it. Thank you, Apple. Shonda asks, where were you born and raised? My parents are from the Washington, D.C. area. I was raised there until I was 5, then we moved to Germany, and then back to Georgia, and then back to DC, and then I moved to Boston. So I'm kind of just East Coast Europe military brat. Somebody asked on the community tab post where I got Clover from. He came from a very nice lady in New Hampshire. She does not have a website. She just is a hobby breeder, and she loves the breed. Clover's father is a like grand champion show dog. I'll put a picture of him here. He's very handsome. And Clover's mom is a really awesome champion show dog as well. I'll put a picture of her here. And together they made this very beautiful baby. And his brother too is very handsome. So she is a wonderful lady. If you would like to know exactly where I got him, send me a DM on Instagram or on Twitter, and I'm happy to provide you with that information. It's intermission now, and I didn't really think it through. I should have had my noodles like before I put this costume on, so because now I can't eat these noodles. I mean, I haven't opened them or anything, but like, I kind of want my noodles. I'm a peasant again.
Please, Mr. Heller and Mr. Fisher to stage right, and ladies and gentlemen of the cornice for your final entrance.
Gotta go.
Final
Gotta
scene.
go.
Please, Mr. Heller and Mr. Fisher.
I have transformed back into myself. magically. I still have makeup on though. But we're going up for notes, and I'll finish the Q&A later. Okay, last couple questions, then it's time for me to go home for dinner. We got notes in the house. We're all set. I'm ready to go home and cook some dinner now. Zuli Pete 381 asks, when you hang out with your gal pals, what kind of things do you all do for fun? When it's just the girls, we're mainly into going out and eating and gossiping. That's really our main activity. But we usually don't go out. We usually go over to people's houses and we drink wine, we gossip. Sometimes we play some games. That's pretty much what we do for fun. We're not very exciting. We just like to gossip and have some fun and talk to each other and update each other on our lives. We get together once a month. One of our friends just moved to New York. We're all devastated. So now we have to go down to New York once a year, but we get together once a month and chit-chat and just have a good time and just relax. We do like to play that drawful game, which was in one of the episodes. We will link on a card up above there. Super fun. But basically we just like to eat, drink wine, and hang out. What are fun things to do in Boston on your own or with friends, and what is the best time to visit? The best time to visit, without any question, is fall. Fall in Boston is beautiful. There are fallen leaves everywhere. The weather's perfect. It's gorgeous. Please come in fall. Come like September, October. October is better. October is perfect. But September and October are pretty good. Fun things to do, I guess. Touristy things like Faneuil Hall is kind of fun. Although it's really touristy. Seeing local bands can be really, really fun. Actually, there's a bunch of great colleges, so you can see some really great performances, probably even for free. If you come to Boston, just look up a local conservatory. There's Boston Conservatory, New England Conservatory, there's Berklee School of Music. So go out and see some performances of some really talented students. Boston Public Garden is gorgeous and fun to do in the fall and in the spring and the summertime. All the museums are beautiful, especially Museum of Fine Arts. I love it. It's free on Wednesdays after 4 o'clock, I think, so definitely come to the MFA. And Chinatown is super fun if you want to eat at some really good restaurants. So good, so yummy, especially if you want hot pot. Hot pot in Chinatown is yes, do Chinatown hot pot. Last question, what kind of TV shows am I into? I don't watch that much TV anymore. I used to really like to watch Scandal, but I haven't caught up in a while. And I used to watch How to Get Away with Murder also, but I haven't caught up in a while. I'm super behind, but it's all on Netflix and Hulu, so I can catch up whenever I want to. But I really did used to like How I Met Your Mother. That was one of my favorite shows because it was just so funny and good and happy. But I normally watch things on Netflix now and on YouTube, so I love Orange is the New Black. I think that's a great show. I loved Breaking Bad, and I love Better Call Saul. I think Breaking Bad was one of the best things on television. It was true art on TV. I loved it. And what else did I like? I do like to watch bad reality shows. All right, you guys, I'm done my Q&A. I'm gonna get an Uber, gonna go home, cook some kick-butt dinner for my husband, kiss my dog, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.